Welcome to the SHAC Shack. Safe, happy and creative. Stay home and craft. My name's Barbara Gray from Clarity here in the UK, and we're set for another doodle dahlia. I hope that you're with us. Let's have a look. I know that our friend Paul is in the building with you. I'm hoping that the sound is okay because I've got my new Mac, my new system, and it seems to be working very well indeed. On Friday night we had a craft along, didn't we? And it froze a couple of times. I think it was because we were going on for about 2.5 hours. I think that was the reason. Anyway, welcome to the shack. And today's Dahlia Day. It's the last Dahlia colouring today. Good morning, Lynn. Good. Always good to see somebody. And it's especially good to see you, my dear. Oh, a lovely cup of tea. Hello, Anne. Come on in, and then we'll get started. So while everybody's arriving, because we're a couple of minutes early to the party, in case you're wondering what this is all about, every Monday and every Thursday at 10 o'clock, apart from when I'm on telly, we get together at 10 o'clock in the morning on Facebook Live or on YouTube. And we have projects and we doodle and we draw, and we've been doing this since lockdown. And it's a really lovely community, I think, don't you, my friends? It's a nice, safe place. We travel very gently. There are no experts in the building. It's free, and we just hang out and park all our problems outside the door. Come on in. Come on in. It's a little bit parky in here this morning. It's a little bit chilly because I've got my kiln on downstairs in the garage, and I can't have the heating on up here and the kiln on downstairs at the same time because it blows the circuit. Oh no. So, kiln, cold, kiln. You'd think that the heat would rise. That was my hope, but no. Obviously the insulation's pretty good in here. But never mind, I'm excited to see the kiln hall. It's only a bisque fire, so it's the preliminary. It's the one that protects, stops it cracking. I cracked one of my tiles. Bang! Yeah, my own fault. I could see a little curve, just a tiny little, and I thought, I'll press it down. Stupid. Leather hard, cracked. But it's a kintsugi opportunity. That's what we always say. When something happens like that and it's a clean break, it's like the Japanese art of kintsugi. You will have seen it. It's when they piece something together and they repair it with gold. I think I'm repeating myself. I've had this conversation before. So anyway, that's we'll have to see if it's repairable. Otherwise, it's a tile. It's just a bit of mud gone hard with hours of love attached to it. But that's the nice thing about pottery. It's so organic. It's the fact that you take the earth, and you mold it, and you apply your creativity and your mind to it, and, tricks and tips and that. But how cool that you can make something like a vessel or a bowl or a tile or a coaster, or, I like that. I like that it comes from the earth. It doesn't get more natural than that, really. And funnily, I'm not, the glazes are lovely and the glazes are glass, mixed with other things. But I like the naked clay. I like it when it's just bisque fired and then fired again, maybe with a bit of oxide on it, just to, I don't like the glossy stuff. But there you go. I'm not a glossy kind of girl. I've never been a blingy girl. But that's enough of that. Hello, come on in. Come on in. Let's get started. Me Christmas cactus. There it is. Yeah, nice, hey? I know. Mad. Very beautiful thing. And I thought I would share it with you. Now, come on, let's get started. We've got this dahlia to finish. And we might as well chat while we colour, shall we? So let's have a look what we're doing. Right, quick recap. Oh, and by the way, alcohol ink. Alcohol. I did a project yesterday. I'm going to show you because a lot of you were asking about this isopropyl alcohol. So just bear with me a second because I want to show you what I bought so that you know if you want to do that art that I did. Let me just show it to you. Okay, hang on. I bought 3 bottles of it. Look, I can't find this. Hang on. It's cheap as chips. Right, here we go. But it's what you need with alcohol ink because it's still in the sale, the alcohol ink. But I'm not going to sell this because you can't get it cheaper than on Amazon. So why would I? Right, look. See, this is the gear. Rubbing alcohol. Really good. And you could get 3 bottles of it. And it was cheap. Real cheap, you know. And then what I did was I decanted it into one of these. See, and that's what I used as a dispenser to squeeze it. And what we're talking about here, if you're wondering what we're talking about, I did a piece of artwork. Here we go. Look, see, I did this artwork like that. I did a little tester first to make sure I liked the colours. And then that's the artwork that I did. And I did a step-by-step. Yes, they're real simple because a lot of people want to try this. And I think, well, come on, give it a go. And the Yupo paper, right, this we sell, the little stuff we sell. The big stuff we don't because I can't compete. But I can show you what to buy. Hang on. I can show you what to buy. No secrets here, friends. That's what I bought. Yupo paper, A3. Just if you want to have a go. I've got nothing to hide here. No secrets. Sharing is caring. Right. What you want to know is this, though. Check this out. It is 155 GSM. Okay. Because I didn't pay attention and I bought more and I bought stuff that's too thin. I bought 85 GSM. So you want the thicker stuff. And then what you get from us, right, please, is the alcohol ink. Right, I'll show you. Hang on. It's all here. There. So this is the alcohol ink. See, and it's bottled. It's still in the mixed media sale this weekend. It finishes tonight. But these are the 3 colours that I used to do that anyway, okay? But I wanted to show you the ingredients because I'm not hiding anything. Just, I can only sell the alcohol ink because that's the only thing we have in stock. And this is basic stuff, really. Rubbing alcohol. There you go. Cheap. Good price. Right. And what else? Yeah, that's it. And a hairdryer. A hairdryer. Okay. Once a crafter, always a crafter. Right. Okay. Let's put that back. I'm going to frame that and give that to someone for Christmas, I think. Right. So that little... Why did I go off on a tangent there? What was I thinking? I don't know. I think I wanted to show you what that was all about. Yeah. Okay. So where were we before we were so rudely interrupted, friends? Good morning, Pat. Nice to have your company. Right. We were doodling a dahlia, but we started off with our tulips, didn't we? And we've been doing these are quite nice actually, because we were looking at the positive and the negative. So we were looking at colouring in the negative, the background rather than the flower. And then we started playing with, this is just a little tester rather. We were playing with mica powders. And then from there, we moved on to roses. So we doodled roses. They were nice. They came out lovely, the roses. Yeah. So they were simple to do. Then from there, we travelled on to snowdrops. And you can see the mica powders highlighting all the time. Hope is a snowdrop. And then we moved on to the dahlias. What a day for a dahlia. Right. So that's a dahlia. And you can see that I've trimmed that much off. I cut that off this morning because it was a bit off. Because I'd made it longer with my quote at the bottom. And so what we're doing now, what we're going to do now is finish our dahlias. And then so Thursday I'm on telly, so there won't be a shack, unfortunately. But on Monday, I've got something really nice to do with you. So, and all you need is a piece of paper and a pencil. That's it. Preferably, if you had it, a white pencil, right? Hang on, where should I put this stuff? Put it here. This is just for next Monday. A white pencil, which you've got in your pergoliners anyway, and your grey pencils and that. You know, you need your greys. We'll talk about them later. And craft card, which we sell. Yes, we do. And it may even be in the sale. And Paul, if it isn't, can you put it in the sale, please, darling? Thank you very much. Right, craft card, craft blanks. Treat yourself to a pack of there's 8x8, 7x7, 6x6, and 5x5. In fact, there's a white pencil in there, isn't there, Paul? I remember, because the white pencil looks so beautiful on craft card. And I've got an idea in my head. I know it's going to work. It's really nice. Okay, cool. And now we start to colour. So this is where we were. Let's come in a bit tighter, shall we, my friends? Doesn't that look like a dahlia? I know. I surprise myself sometimes. Right, so what we're going to do, we're going to use our red pencil, clearly. This is from our pergoliners. There it is. I'm going to use my red one. And I used the white one, if you recall, just a quick recap. These are the B pencils, by the way. Don't be confused with the aqua pencils, the A pencils. And what I did was I put a tiny little white edge, didn't I? And when you do that, if you just put a little, it's just a really easy resist trick. If you just put a little tiny bit of white around the edge, it will just prevent you. If you do this, we'll do it in a minute, look. It will stop you taking the red all the way to the top, to the edge, because you want to get that kind of, that look. These are those dahlias. What's the plural of dahlia? Dahlias? Dahlia? I doubt that. There. They are a beautiful flower. I'm not a big dahlia fan, to be fair, but you can't help but be impressed by the beauty of this flower. Right, that's all. We'll worry about that in a minute. Right, okay. So I've done a little bit of red there. Are you ready to have a little colouring session with me? Mm-hmm. It's not a race, though, you know. It's not a race. It's not a performance. Oh, what a performance. No, it's not a performance, you know. It's just a gathering of friends getting together on a Monday morning, on a rainy day. It's raining here. Because sometimes I think 10 o'clock you've got up, you know, and maybe you're just a little rudderless, you know, maybe you're just a little rudderless and you're thinking, what's it all about, Alfie? You know, do you get those? And when you know you've got to come in the shack with your pencils and your dahlias, it just gives you a destination, doesn't it? Said the bus driver. And like I said yesterday in my blog, it doesn't matter what you draw, whether you choose to do a dahlia or a rose or a bird on a wire. Just draw something and it will refocus your mind. It will get you out of that dark space if you're in there. It works every time. It does. So what you also need, my friends, is a pencil sharpener, any pencil sharpener. I particularly like these ones. They're good. And without wanting to sound like I'm being patronizing, when you sharpen your pencils, sharpen slowly. Yeah? Sharpen slowly. Because otherwise you'll rip the wood. And that doesn't matter if you're using sharpening pencils, pergoliners or polychromos. If you go too fast, That's what will happen. So let's have a look. And what we're doing now, I'm coming in from the inside of the petals, and I'm doing small feathery strokes from the center. See, just from the center, like that. Look, in there, and then like that, and you're just adding another layer. See, but it will create depth. There you go. So just go round, and you're adding that depth. In a minute, we'll go in and we'll accentuate this with grey as well. But this looks really cool. Right, there we go. So who joined me? Oh, look, I've gone over the edge. Who joined me in the shack? My eyesight. Do you know, my eyesight is really, really deteriorating. There's a pencil rubber. It really is. What about your eyesight? Do you find your eyes is getting worse? I really worry about my eyesight because it's deteriorating for sure. I'm just looking for a pink rubber. Hang on. Oh, I've got one. An eraser pencil for our American friends. Right, that'll do. All righty. Now, let's just get rid of that. I know it's a little bit anal, but that's my middle name. If a job's worth doing, it's worth doing well. Let's get rid of that. I just want to get rid of that in the tip there. There you go, it's going. And the reason I'm doing this is to clean any red that I've got on the rubber. And you've got to go lightly, see, because otherwise you grind the pink rubber eraser into the... I do. Happier now, got my right glasses on. Right. So it goes again. I wonder if, just checking, always checking. I wonder if the white over the top, yes, sharp. Look, see, there, the white. Do you have a formal art education, Barbara? No. No, I don't. I have a O level in art, and even that didn't go very well. But what I do have is an inquiring mind. I bet there's not many people in this room that have got a formal art education, eh? Come on, put your hands up if you have got a degree in art. I've got a degree, but it's not in art. But I think that's all right, you know. We used to talk about this in the shack a lot when we first started, didn't we? You know, that the thing about it is that you don't know the rules. And if you don't know the rules, it's like a blank canvas, isn't it? I think often when you're trained in a certain way, then you're trained in a certain way. And the flexibility is not there, you know? Whereas if you don't know what you're doing, that sounds terrible. I do know what I'm doing, ish, right? But I know what I'm doing because I play and I test and I look and I like that alcohol ink. You know, the first time, way too much ink, way too hot, buckled the card, blah, 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 right? Second time, lot less ink, lot more isopropyl alcohol, rubbing alcohol, and it worked like a charm. Oh, and a cold hairdryer. Back on Amazon for a cold hairdryer. Yeah. There, that looks good. See, down the middle. Does it look good from where you are? It looks good from where I am anyway. I think that's one of the advantages of waning eyesight, I suppose. Everything looks good. Eh? Oh yeah, it looks wonderful, darling. Dave, I said, what do you think of this, Dave? He says, yeah, beautiful. I said, you haven't even got your glasses on. You can't even see me, let alone the artwork. Yeah, we're getting dark now, aren't we? Hey, what do you think? See, and then you get another layer in there. Not sure what to do in the centre yet. When in doubt, hang about. I ought to have looked up dahlias in the centre. Are they black? Are they yellow? Are they red? Can you see them? Give us a clue. Whew. I want to know what to do with that. I'm thinking that black would look good. Artistic license and all that. Not sure though. Right, have you got your... Let's see what happens if we blend. Let's blend. Come on then. Can you hear the rain? Right. Blending pens, these are. Blending nibs. Blending nibs we have. Handles are being made as we speak. And then we'll be cooking with gas, because then we'll be able to use our calligraphy nibs, and we'll be able, that we did with the gold on Friday, and then we'll be able to use our blending nibs, and it will be all back to where we should have been 2 years ago. Right, but it's all right. These things are sent to try us, literally test us, and it's a challenge, but you know, we work it out. Dave worked it out anyway. He got there eventually. There, this looks nice. Finding a new mould shop, getting the machinery from Holland, you know, and multi-needle tools, let me tell you, there's quite a science attached to multi-needle tools. That's why we said, right, let's just start with the handle. let's just go with the handles first, make sure they're nice to hold, and then we'll deal with the other end. Yeah, because the handles are the key, right? So once we've got the handle sorted, and the other thing is there's a lot of playtime here as well, because we've got a lot of the multi-needle tools in stock. We're lucky. We've run out of a couple, but not the really crucial ones. Thank heaven, right? Yeah, but we're getting there just in the nick of time. Right. So that looks good. Right, well, let's just leave that for a minute and let's go to, I'll tell you what, because that's going to be the same as that. Let's do a green. Shall we do a green? Let's go for green. Now, in our blending, we've got that green, right? We've got that green, olivey green, and then we've got a Christmassy kind of green, that one. So if you put that one with that one, it goes blue. So we don't want to do that. See, I love that olive green. So that's the one I'm going to go for. I'm going to go for the olivey colour green. Let's have a look. Olive green. And let's have a look. We're going to go a really light shade over the whole leaf. Let's just get a little bit of green going. So we're using the side of the pencil. Let's just do the side of the pencil. That's it. And you'll notice I use my finger to stop myself going over the edge. There we go. Nice. Easy enough. That's a leaf as well there. Okay. Right, so we've got a really light layer of green on that leaf. Yeah. So this here is a bird. Right. That's going to be red, isn't it? tight red. So let's just do a layer on there as well while we're at it. Again, this is practicing using the side of the pencil. So you may want to even give yourself a little bit of a chisel. You know, when I say chisel, I mean flat, because you're using the flat. So let's just put a little bit of red on there, and a little bit of red down there. But we'll leave the center because we want the light to hit that. So we'll just do this. There we go. So that's where the light's hitting, see? So it just gives you a little tiny indication. Be nice. There you go. You know, I told you that little Eric broke his leg last week, our cat. Maybe I didn't. Yeah, I'm sure I told you. I wouldn't not have told my friends in the shack. Right. Oh, gone over the edge again. It's the eyes. It's the eyes. I'll leave it. I'll sort it out. The shadow's going to mop that up. It's because I'm talking and not concentrating. But that's okay. This is just for fun. Right. Tricks and tips and all that, eh? Yes, a little Eric's broken his leg. So last I think it was Wednesday. I can't remember now. Tuesday maybe. See how the light's hitting it? Interesting. Right, leave that for a minute. Blend that in. So the vet, he'd put this little splint on him, a little pink splint, right? So Eric was not a happy cat because he's got to be in this cage, right? With this splint, this pink splint on. And so on Sunday, he can't move. He pees where he sits. So it's newspaper, towels. It's like mass production. Anyway, and I want to make him comfortable. So I keep putting like little blankets in. And Dave's standing behind me. Farmer Dave's standing behind me going, it's a cat. Put newspaper in there. No, he needs something soft and comfortable. It's a cat. He needs a little pillow for his head. It's a cat. So I've got this washing production line going, oh, okay. So eventually I thought, it's a cat. Bloody cat. Anyway, so on Sunday morning, I was having to clean his cage, right? Because he's decided he doesn't want to use the litter tray, right? So he can't get up. He stands on his poor little pink leg and then he just keels over. I know, it's not easy. It's a challenge. And I didn't know how sad a cat could look. It's amazing. You look into those eyes and they're like, what is happening, Mum? It's the saddest look. Anyway, so on Sunday, because he's immobile, so I've lifted him out. I'm definitely the best one at that. So I lift him out of the cage. I put him on this little pillow that I've got lying there. Put him on the pillow. And I think, well, I'll leave him there. He's not going anywhere. He can't walk, right? So I go in the kitchen to put his medicine in the bowl. Bloody cat walked straight past me. Right. I thought, hang on a minute. I've been lifting you in and out of that cage. Oh, days. And he's just skipped past me. Well, little bit limpy, right? Straight past me and into the back kitchen. I was like, I don't believe this, right? Then I looked closer and his splint was gone. He'd managed to shake that loose, no splint. Therefore, our Sunday took a dramatic turn because I said, wow, his leg will be deformed if we don't have a splint on it. You know, it's a cat. I said, look, Dave, you don't want a cat with a gimpy leg. So, right, off to the vet. We've got a brilliant vet in Forest Road. You can't beat these vets. And Alex, the Spaniard, I think he lives, well, he does live there because he was there Sunday morning. Yes, bring the cat. So we brought the cat. And now he's got a serious, Alex is no messing, right? So now he's got another much more stable little splint on. But the interesting thing is now he can stand on it. So that's good. That's good. It's better than the pink one. It's white. Bloody cat. Yeah, I know. As if we haven't got enough going on. Oh. Yeah, Jake the Peg. Absolutely. So anyway, as you were, back to green. So that was our Sunday. Right, now colour. If the light is coming from here, let's say the light's coming from the top, go light, dark, light, dark. Light, dark. Let's put the dark in here. Right in there. There you go, because it's curling. Right? Light, dark, light, dark. So let's just put our colour in so we agree that it's in the right place. And then dark here on this side as well. Okay? Let's just put it in, just a little layer, so you can see what the game is. Right, okay. So it's light, dark, light, dark. Does that look right? Yeah, it does. Right. So this is the darker side. And that's the darker side, because it's curling in. And this one, light, dark. That'll do. Light, dark. So put some dark in this side. Everybody happy? Hey? I've warmed up now. I went to see Dad yesterday with Dave as well in the afternoon. You know, it's a full-time job, all this, looking after cats and parents. Not in that order necessarily. Okay, so we went to see Dad. When we got there, he was in the cinema. He's in this really lovely care home in Tunbridge Wells. And he's in the cinema. Okay. I said to the chap, what's on? He said, The Wizard of Oz. The Wizard of Oz? I said, what have you done with my father? Last week he was watching ballet and now he's watching The Wizard of Oz. Is he on strong drugs or something? He said, no, he wanted to watch it. I said, crikey. I said, I don't think my dad's ever watched The Wizard of Oz. Well, there you go. Wonders will never cease, right? So my dad came out. We sat in the cafe area and had a cup of a nice coffee, frothy coffee. Oh, it's quite posh. And so Dave and I were waiting. He came out and I popped up to his room just to tidy up a little bit. Not that I need to, it's all done lovely there. Anyway, so I've gone up to his room and apparently Dave told me afterwards he was in the lift with him. He said to Dad, did you enjoy The Wizard of Oz? Apparently Dad looked at him and he went, it's bloody crap. Dave said it was just so funny, you know, because sometimes we think there's a bit of confusion. There was no confusion about that. Dave said, why did you watch it till the end then? He said, I didn't like to get up in front of everyone. And then he was running to his room because the football was on and he was desperate to watch the soccer. So funny. He said, what's the score? I said, it's just started, Dad. You're all right. You're in. It's only been 10 minutes and it's not England. It's Qatar and Ecuador. He went, all right, then I'll take my jacket off. There's nothing wrong with my old man. It's such a delight to, you know, happy parents, happy daughter. Isn't it the truth, eh? But it was funny. Yeah, Dave said he told him it was crap. I said, I thought you'd enjoy it. Right, it's looking good, isn't it? Now, I want to try something. Let me do it first, just in case it doesn't go well. I wonder what happens if we use that other green over the top What colour did you say? B6. So I've used B15. Paul, are these in the sale at the weekend? B6. Because, I mean, strictly speaking, they are our product. We got Grey Friday coming up, aren't they? Oh, yeah, this definitely makes a difference. Here we go. A little flash of that colour. Nice blend. So for the last few weeks, 3 weekends, what we've been doing, because we thought it would be better. Let me put the other glasses on. We thought it would be better to kind of, rather than pound you with everything in 1 week, we'd spread it out a bit, make it a bit more palatable, you know. And so so we had the parchment on the first weekend, didn't we? All the things to do with parchment paper, and then we had, what did we have on the next weekend? Papers, I think. I can't remember now. I know that this weekend it's all the mixed media things. And yes, Paul says the hang on a minute, light dark. The pencils, the pergoliners, are in the sale. So we also decided, because we have Grey Friday, but we don't start it a fortnight before. We start it the weekend, well, the Friday that it's supposed to be. What's the point? It's getting ridiculous. It'd be Grey October or Grey November. Anyway, so hang on, light dark. So what we're trying, I may regret this, I may live to regret this one, but I think it's, you know, never tire of doing the next right thing, Barbara. And in my opinion, if we're going to put on an irresistible sale, let it be for a long weekend and not for a long month. Right, this looks nice, doesn't it? So just turn in the colour a little bit. There we go. Yeah, so on Friday, we're going to start with our own products, everything that we make or that we own, where we own the rails, if you like the pencils and the stamps and the stencils and so on. But this weekend during the week, I blogged it. I up with the lark this morning, and I've already blogged. And what I thought would be nice, yeah, this looks good. What I thought would be good would be to take a stroll down memory lane and play Once Upon a Time. So that's what I've done. I started out, I took us back 30 years to California, where we started with the stamps. So today it's stamps. Tomorrow it will be stencils. And then Wednesday it will be groovy. Thursday it will be dyes, because those are our 4 core products. I thought, oh, there you go. I see a pattern emerging here. So I said, let's do a different. I'll write a story, and the development. The stencil one's interesting. You maybe don't know this stuff, but it'll be nice tomorrow. I think most of you know the story of the stamp development, but nevertheless, I've written it out anyway. See, and I thought that'd be nice. How the company's developed, and then on Friday we'll open the big sale, and that'll be like a blanket sale across all things. Clarity Made. There you go. They look rather nice. Do you like that? There. So you can put a bit of grey down the bottom. It's quite good, this, isn't it? See? Put a bit of colour in there. So you can just, there you go. That'll do. Cool, I could do this. I could titivate like this for hours. And you know what? I do. Okay. But the main, if you didn't catch what I was doing, right, leaf, any leaf, There's a holly leaf, for example. Right. Wherever the light's hitting, light, it goes light, dark, light, dark. So you've got to remember. So if the light's hitting there, you've got these lines. You've got the inside of this one, the inside of that one, the inside of the same one. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 edges, haven't you? If you like, because the middle one's got 2 sides, and it goes light, dark, light, dark. That's all you've got to remember. See? Light, dark, light, dark. And it just gives you that dimensional look. We'll try it again over here. Now you've got the theory. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Let's try it over here again. We'll go with a lighter colour. How are we doing for time? Is it already? Golly. Right, here we go. So use the flat of your pencil just to lay down one colour, just the light. And I'm using the olivey. I love this one, B15. It's one of my favourite colours. Right, there you go. B15. Isn't that a lovely colour, actually? And what's happening as well is the pencil lines are kind of disappearing because I'm colouring them in, see? Got any more? God, my hands are freezing. Right, light, dark, light, dark. Right, light, dark, light, dark. Dark. Light, dark. There's a dark. And there's a... And it's a good idea just to put it in gently so you remember. And you've got light, dark in here. Up that side, Barbara. That side. Let's just sharpen my pencil a bit. Slowly does it. I'll do. And that's the other thing that is worth pointing out as well, right? When you use polychromos or pergoliners, if you feel like here that you've lost a bit of the white, you see what I mean, light, dark, you can go back in and you can take it out. See here, if I just do that, I can add the highlight in by taking out the colour afterwards. Okay? But it's easier if you just don't put it in the first place. Right, there we go. So light, dark, light, dark. And then we'll do this side as well. Yes. Eh? So what else can I tell you while I'm colouring? While we're colouring? Have a look. Tomorrow is Groovy Tuesday with Paul. Light, dark. 10 o'clock. So he's got something nice lined up for you, I'm sure. And then on on Thursday, right, there'll be no shack on Thursday because we're TV landing it. And the reason is because we've got the last of the new and exclusives, the Christmas Treasures by Linda Williams. This is nice. And so we're taking up the last of the 5 sets because we've been spreading that over as well since May, you know. And I hope that you understand why we're doing this. We just feel with inflation and so on, you know, I think it's just working with you, really, trying to not overwhelm you with sales, you know. Just we have to make the sales. I mean, this is a fine line, friends, you know. We have to make the sales to keep the business going. But by the same token, you understand? God, my hands are freezing. And I get that, you know, but by the same token, we've got to we've got to work together, and the prices have to be keen, and the prices have to be very keen, and the purchases have to be reasonable, like not piling in, you know. So that's where we're kind of juggling, aren't we? Trying to work it out, what's best for you, how can we keep going? Yeah, be all right. It'll be all right. It is what it is, you know. And I just thought it'd be nice now to have a little break this week, have a little trip down memory lane. You know, gives everybody at work a chance to clear the decks and get ready for Grey Friday, because that'll be busy. Well, I hope it'll be busy. Usually is. Big blanket sale. And the thing is, you know, you get about 30-35% off, sometimes more, and then including your club membership, it becomes quite substantial. It's about 50% off. Then it's everything's half price basically if you're a club member. It varies, but that's about the sum of it, isn't it? Doesn't this look lovely? Yeah, so I like these two colours together. Yeah, quite nice. And then where's my green one? So, smooth out those colours, blend them in a little bit. Yeah, so Tuesday, Groovy Tuesday, Thursday, 4 o'clock and 8 o'clock in the evening, we're launching. 4 o'clock, we're launching the new and exclusive and that wonderful Advent plate. That'd be pretty cool. Right, so we've got that. And then on Friday, it's the last of the Christmas Treasures show at 8 in the morning. And then we're in Creating Crafts Black Friday events. And so we're going to be doing Paul and I are going to double up and do a double act, aren't we, Paul? And we're going to do a real power demo sale at 9 o'clock in the morning and 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and we'll be highlighting our dies, which are pretty beautiful, but they don't get enough airtime, so we're going to give them some airtime. There you go. There. Nice, eh? Right, so we've done our leaves. Let's check this one out. What's the time? 1:45. I tell you what, before I do these, I want to go back here and I want to add a bit of shadow, because this is the same as that, is the same as that, as that. So we've done all that. So what I want to do is add a little shadow. Okay. So we'll have another layer of the red. This is where you need to sharpen your pencil a little bit again. Grey. But you see, when it's this. Okay. The theory is this, right? It's 1, 2, 3. So if, for example, like we've done this loads of times, but it never hurts to repeat ourselves. So say you've got a circle like that, and you want to make it look three-dimensional, then you're going to use either 3 colors or 3 shades of color, and you'll leave, if this is the light source here, you'll leave this area light, let's say, right? So every area leading up to that will be up to here. Let's call this like if these are thirds, you're going up 2/3 with this color. I'm just showing you, it's all about the thirds, and then round the outside there. But this is going to be really light there. All right, I'll show you. Just so you get the theory. So you've got 1/3 of the color here, right, that comes out to there. And I'm using the flat of the pencil and I've come all the way out, 2/3 of the way out. There you go, that'll do. And then we will come round here as well, just a little bit. Right. This is going to be, we'll concentrate a lot on this next week, on this new idea that I've got. There'll be a bit more of this going on, the shading. So now you've got that colour, this shade level to there. So that's like 1/3, 2/3, 3/3, right? So now we're going to come back, but only halfway to there, right? And we'll go again, but this time, oh, get off the, need a flat surface, great. So this time, we'll go to about here with the colour. So we're going to add another layer, but we're just in that area there now, right? Okay. We've done loads of this in the shack, haven't we? This sort of shading idea. So you've got light, and then you've got it coming darker here. Do you see how it's already starting to look a bit more? If you do it like that, you can really see, right, so 1/3, 2/3. And now, to make it look really round, you can go and do it again and again, but I'm just explaining one colour, two colour. And now I'm going to take my pencil again and I'm going to introduce another, just right tight on the edge. So now I'm coming in here and it's like the third. One, if that's thirds, 1, 2, and then the third. It's in layers of 3. And you'll see when you look at that now, it straight away it looks three-dimensional. Yeah. And then the darker you get on that edge, the deeper the colour. Look, see? The more depth you get. You can go right in on that edge now. There. See how you can make it look really, and that's just a scribble, just to show you. And it's the same principle with anything that you do like this, right? Whether it's a petal, I do lighter, then medium, then dark. See, so it's the same thing as I've just done, except it's lightest the first, then second generation, and then third generation. Have we decided what colour we're doing the inside of this thing? I might go with a grey. Okay, so we've got these pencils, polychromos. This is a delightful set. There's a set of 12. I mean, I love polychromos. They're the Faber-Castell pencils. But in here, this is a set that is brilliant when you're colouring in, because it's like the colours that you wouldn't usually buy. You know, we find this all the time with ink pads and inks and pencils. Our friends, you go for the colours, the colours, like the bright colours, yeah, and the really nice colours for me, like the browns and the beiges and the greys and the muddy colours, all those colours in ink pads as well. We always have a stock of those, and the bright colours go first. But in fact, you ought to go back and look at that, because it's the when you see artwork and you go, wow, I love that, often it will be in those muted tones of browns and coffees and greys and sepias, you know. And the same with these pencils. What you've got here is a set of pencils that have got predominantly greys in them, creams, beiges, different fleshy colors. This beautiful blue is the only real color. This is a cream, ivory, Payne's grey, different volumes of grey. This is that one there. And I always use warm grey too, to establish a shadow wherever I want to, and then I can take it from there. So it's the same thing again, except this time what I'm going to do is use 3 different greys. So I'll use the lightest grey, then the medium grey, and then the darkest grey. And that will also give me, it's the same principle as a light red, medium red, and dark red using the same pencil. So now, for example, here, I'm going to add shadow here, there, underneath. See, we're creating depth now with the grey. So underneath that, and what you do is you get in there and then you just very lightly. Now, how far you come out is up to you, right? But we're causing, what we're doing here is we're just creating a drop shadow. We do lots of this in the shack, don't we? Yeah. And you could do the same with the leaf. There you go. Look, leaf. Let's just put a bit of drop shadow on the leaf like that. Just a gentle shadow where there would be. So which one? This one is overlapping that one. So we'll put a bit of shadow in there. And it's overlapping that one. So we'll put a bit of shadow in there. And that's going to give us, that one's there. Yeah. So this one, for example, we'll put a bit of shadow underneath this leaf. Yeah. I think what we're going to do next week, okay, we're going to do extreme, let's call it extreme shading, because everybody loves to do this 3-dimensional stuff. We'll just give it a go, you know? Let's just give it a go. Let's put a bit of shadow in here now. There you go, proper shading. Look, we're coming out a bit now. We're pulling the shadow away from the actual. See, you can bring it out like that. So it really looks as if, I don't know if you can see this, but we're going to concentrate on this more when we start on Monday. I've got a really, well, I know it's going to work. I've done it before. Right. Yes. So, done that one. Let's go to another shadow. The best thing is that I'll just stick with what we've got in here. Let's have a look. I'll go to, what have I done? I've done grey. What's that one there? That's the one I'm after now. That one next to it. Because that looks like a warm colour too. I'm going the warms. Warm grey 4. So I've done warm grey 2. And now I'm going warm grey 4. So it's darker, but it's warm. See, it's not cold. So let's go with the warm. And now this time, though, I'm coming in a bit tighter on the actual line art. So I'm not, there we go, look. I'm staying around the outside. I'm not coming out so far. I mean, these are, see the difference? So you're just going to stick tighter to the edge of the artwork. Yeah, that's it. Nice. Maybe ought to sharpen it a bit, Gray. But it's not make it pop. Right, let's have a go here. So if you press too hard, though, with the colours before, then you've created a seal and you can't get in. And if that's the case, then all you want to do is take your pink rubber and just rub across that edge there, right? Just rub, and it will loosen up the pigment again. It just breaks up the seal. And then you'll find you can get in better. There you go. You got a bit more purchase. It's funny how that works, but it works every time. Oh, these are nice. This is a nice shading exercise, isn't it? Right, that'll do. Right, a bit of shading in there. Inside the... Nice. Okay. And then we're going to go tighter on the flower. Tighter. Right, let's sharpen this one, though, because I want to get in on that dahlia. And I think I'm going to put some grey in there. Bit of grey in there. That'll do. Just on that edge there. Nice. Now let's have a look. So I'm going to get tighter in on my... So I've been pressing quite hard with that red. But I do think that the quality of the polychroma is usually... Yeah, there we go, look. Starting to work. Just pops lovely. Yeah. So you just bring in that edge a little bit. And I tell you what, if you're doing this with me, you're not thinking about anything else except what you're doing. And therein lies our secret, friends. Hey? That's exactly what it's all about, isn't it? There. Nice. Yep, so Grey Friday, the sale starts at midnight on Thursday. So at the stroke of midnight, we might even launch it a little bit early just to make sure the website is robust. There you go. This is nice, isn't it? And then, and it ends on midnight Monday night. We run it through till Monday. And it's all hands on deck. And please bear with us if the sale orders take a little bit longer. Usually we get them out in about 2 to 3 weeks. The first ones come in are the first ones that go out. But what you have to remember is it's a blanket sale. So that means if you order something that we haven't got in stock, we have to make it and we honor those prices. You see? So we get a lot of, somebody on Facebook the other day was really, sometimes I get fed up with it, which we work so hard, but where else can you buy clarity stuff? Because I'm sick of waiting. It's like, whoa, you know. The sale is a blanket sale. So if you order something that we've got choices, we could say, oh, it's sold out, I haven't got it. And then it will go sold out, sold out, sold out, sold out. So what we do is we run the sale and we honor the orders. So that means if you order something like Jane Nestorenko's groovy nested extension plate, and we don't have them because they've sold out, then we ring my brother and we say, right, we need another one. And he's got a list as long as his arms, which are very long, and it gets put on the list and then they get made and they get cleaned, you know, and so it goes on. So maybe we make a rod for our own backs, but I do wish people would be a little bit more tolerant. It doesn't say Amazon above our door. We're not Amazon. We are Clarity and we are a small team and we do make to honor the orders. So, you know, I said we'll try it this year. And if we get a lot of abuse again, because we often get a lot of abuse, which is pretty soul destroying. If we get abuse again, then we won't do it anymore. Then we'll just go to like everybody else, what they do. We do Black Friday. It's gone. When it's gone, end of. You know, because I said I didn't sign up to get abused as well. You understand me, I'm sure, you know. So that's the way that we roll, and that's the way we're going to try it one more year. I hope you understand what I'm saying here. And I know that our friends in here, in this community, you're the ones that defend us. You're not the ones that have a go. I know that. There's nobody in this room that would start on us because you know how busy we are and how hard we work. This is not about, this is people that are coming in from other places who think that we, you know, that we can turn it around overnight and that we've got this inordinate amount. We've got this groovy plate fairy. My brother's not a, you know, he just flicks his magic wand and there we have another 100 of those plates. It doesn't work like that, you know. So please, be kind. Be kind. We are, you know. So let's have one more look at this, because I think I'm really happy with the way the shading is. See, it's funny when you step away from it and then you go back. Doesn't it look lovely when you're getting there now? So that's about, I think that's as much as I'm going to do on this, because you understand the theory, you get the design, you get the way that we've. And what I'd love to see now is you finish this work. You know, oh, Paul's just sent me a message. Whoopee. Just seen that there is a postal strike on the 24th, the 25th, and the 30th of November. 24th, 25th, and 30th. So, right. So in that case, we know this. We know this. This is an opportunity to get half price things. Right, and then wait and be patient. All right, can we do that? I know you will anyway. And I do see, don't get me wrong, I'm watching, you know, I hear and I see, and sometimes I get quite despondent about it, but I also see the defense, you know, and the positivity and the professional, the lovely, kind, you know, you don't get into a slanging match. I love that. And I really appreciate it, you know, I really do, because I hate it when I see that kind of thing. Yes. And I appreciate that you have sometimes, you know, I'm glad that you know that we've got a way, and it's just the luck of the draw. If you order something that we haven't got in stock, we're going to make it for you. You know, we're going to make it. And the thing is, when people start ringing and chasing, it just slows everything down, because then we spend more time rifling through orders, looking for your order, you know, and I know the old squeaky wheels get old. It doesn't work very well. So just be patient, please. And I know you are anyway. Okay, so postal strikes 24th, 25th, and the 30th of November. Woohoo. If the orders are big, we send them through a courier anyway to protect them. We track them with a courier, don't we, Paul? There's a clue there. Anyway, so I hope that you enjoyed that. I think that's all I wanted to tell you. Yes. And my kiln's still too hot to open. I am. Thank you, Paul, for your company. I hope that you enjoyed our series of tulips and roses and snowdrops and dahlias. Which was your favourite? Which was your favourite? I think I enjoyed the snowdrop, although I loved the shading on the dahlias. I really enjoyed that colouring. Anyway, thank you very much for your company, and lots of love to you. Have a great week. We'll see you tomorrow in Groovy Tuesday, and then Thursday at 4 o'clock for the last of the Christmas treasures. Oh, yes. Lots of love. Oh, we got that going on as well. Lots of love. Bye-bye.